Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a cloudy, damp day out there. Got bits of snow happening. Currently minus 9 degrees Celsius, which is minus 14 with the wind chill. And in Fahrenheit, that's 16, which means it's 7 with the wind chill. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Belinda. Nice to see you guys. So today we are going to be doing this stitch for finishing books off. So I love this because you can do the single pages and look at how much space it gives you. So even if you do it before you decorate, you have lots and lots of room to play with. The other nice thing is it opens flat. Right? Hi, Teresa, nice to see you. So I love this stitch for doing the bindings just because it affords you so much additional play space. I got stuck pages here. I know you guys down south don't like Mod Podge. Normally it dries nicely here, unless you clamp the books together or somebody stacks stuff on it. Yeah, this one doesn't have any Mod Podge on it. So, but this is just a tag book. So you see, you can use this for multitudes of things. I know lots of people use the waxed linen to do the stitches. Of course, I'm going to use crochet cotton because that's what I happen to have lots of. And you know how it goes. So we're going to be binding these bag journals today. I'm going to do 2 of them. I cut the covers just. Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. Hi, Anne. Okay. Nice to see you. So I've got these bag journals that I want to do, and this is going to be interesting to play with because these tuck under. So it's like every page is a flip, and the really cool thing is it's still the bag. So we did this Sunday. I punched holes in the bottoms because I want to do this single page thing. And as I say, look at how much room it gives you. It expands just that little bit. It's kind of like a stretchier binding. I absolutely love it. Right. So these are ready to go. I cut these out of file folder. I have lots of file folders. I'm thinking they're just a little bit flimsy for the covers. I could probably use cardstock, but I'm thinking this isn't much different than a light cardstock. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take strips of cardstock, just glue it over the holes just to give it that little bit extra stability for the holes, because So I'm going to glue these on. And while we're waiting for that to dry, we will measure the thread for doing the stitching. So as I say, a lot of people use the waxed linen, embroidery floss. You use whatever you've got on hand. I think a light jute, like jewelry making jute, would be really cute to use as well. So yes, I am gluing, just running some glue, lining up the edge, and I will have to punch them again. But that's perfectly fine. I just want the stability. I guess I could have used reinforcements. That's, the tag book has the reinforcements built in. These ones I did out of cereal box, so they're cardboard. Yeah, it's fun. It's easy. So, I love the sound of those ones. Child. There's a child in the house. It is very easy once you've done it. It really is. And I know I probably should have done this before we started, but I just want to show you that it just it's up to you. You don't have to do this. I just figure if this is going out into the world, I want it to be that little bit more stable. And that's what these journals are for, is to go out into the world. Hi, Peter. Nice to see you. I like it because, like I say, you can do it's for single page journals. So if you're putting together a book of postcards or even greeting cards, it's just perfect, absolutely perfect. I don't know how well it would work on single sheets of paper. I know people have done it. I just haven't because, of course, I try and do the chunky books the way our beautiful Becca does it. Create with Becca. I love that plastic sound. Absolutely love that plastic sound. I have no idea why. It just makes me smile. So that's usually what I look for when I do my little books like that, the little chunky books. And of course, because it spreads that little bit so that you can add so much stuff to your books. I could go back in and add all kinds of things if I didn't consider them done. Hope you're having a good day, Peter. Well, I guess it's evening for you now. A little bit more. Didn't get quite to the edge. I will check for that as well. Oh, you know what? I didn't do it so that some are on the outside, some are on the inside. And because I did not measure the holes when I punched them, I'm kind of stuck with them the way they are. What a shame. Silly goose. Oh, I'm glad it's a good day. What's going on with me? Well, getting ready for Christmas. Um, my eldest grandson and his partner are moving to the city. So, trying to think of things that I can have ready for him to take home every time he comes to visit. Things, like if I do like fried rice, a big batch of fried rice, I can have flat bags of it in the freezer so that he can just take it home, or fresh, either or. And that way he can just stack it in his freezer so it's not taking up much room. Okay, so I've got these ready. The glue has to dry a bit before I punch the holes. I have to trim the edges. I will do that in a minute. So the way that you measure the string, thread, twine, whatever you are using for the binding, every page you have to add is 3. No, farther. Right now he's like 10 minutes from me and he's moving to the city. So it's going to be more like half an hour from me. So it is what it is, right? They're young. They loved living where they were living, but it's turned into a bad situation where they are. So they needed to be safe. So they had to move. So anyway, back to this. So we're going to do 2 journals. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 6 pages of these. Hey, Dana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am binding these books. So 6 pages plus the 2 covers will make 8 times 3 is 24 inches. Twice. Right? Because you use 3 inches. Dana, I'm drawing a blank here. Yeah, so you need 6. No. Dana, all of a sudden my mind just went, oops. When you're doing this kind of a binding, it's 3 inches per page, correct? I know how to do it. I just can't remember my measurements right now. Yes, 3 inches per page. So I need 24 inches for each strand. $24. So that's the big one. See, in macrame, when you're doing macrame, it's 3 times. It's the length of the string, and then you're folding it in half, so it's 6 times. All's good. All is good. So as I say, I'm just going to use crochet cotton because that's what I have lots of, and I find it works just fine for what I need. So I'm sure that, okay, so I'm just going to pop these holes out, maybe. Hands don't like that, evidently. Front and back cover there. And of course, none of this is decorated yet because these are the journals, part of the group of journals that I am going to be using as the giveaways, monthly giveaways. Wow. Hands didn't like that. It's a good thing I'm not going to be using them for anything too tedious now. Okay, so that I've got front and back cover for each. I think they have to go this way for the holes to line up nice, because I don't think I can flip it. No, can't flip it over. This is what happens when you don't measure. You're stuck with what you've got, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine for me. Okay, so I've got front and back cover there. Front. Just seeing which way the holes line up best, because again, didn't measure. Okay, that works. And so that will have to go like that. Perfect. So this is 22 inches from this line here to this line there. So I need 24 inches for each. And because I got 2 holes, I'll have to do 8 strands. No, 4 strands. My math is not here today. What the Sam David Henry, guys? Brutal, brutal. And then we're going to spill the tea on it. Decided to have soup before I came to stream, so I spilled it all over the floor. I managed to carry it to the table perfectly, didn't spill anything. Go to slide it over, and I spill it all over. I should have quit while I was ahead. Okay, so that's 22. Add another 2 inches. Okay, so I need 4 of these. So I'm just going to do it this way. 1, 2. That's actually 3 and 4. 4 lengths of crochet cotton. I'm just going to snip the loops. So now it is definitely 4 strands. See, 4 strands. Okay, so now we're going to use 1 strand for each hole. The thing with this too is when you're doing a book, you are doing both holes at the same time, right? So I'm going to be working on this, next page working on those. Hey, Becca, nice to see you. I was just going on about how I have to have books that sound like your books because I love that sound. Okay, so we fold them in half. We need 1 for each. Are you sure it's only 3 inches? per page, not 6. That looks really short. Well, we'll find out. If I have to add more, you'll know. Yeah, I'm using that stitch to do my paper bag journals. Okay, so you've got your page, your cover. You go in up from the bottom with the loop from folding it in half. There's the loop. You go up from the bottom, and then you pull the strings through the loop, right? A lark's head knot. And you pull it, you don't pull it too tight. You just want it nice and even with the edge. And you do the same thing with the other hole. So you put the loop through, you bring your threads over, and you pull it snug. Not too tight. Okay, so we do it page by page. So now we take our double string and we put it through the bottom of this page, the next page, bottom to top, right? But we take it and we spread this, and you try not to twist the strings, and you pull the strings through, and you just pull it snug. Not tight, just snug. We do that with this one as well. Bottom through to the top. Spread the strings, trying not to twist them, and take those threads, put them between those two strings, through those, between those two strings, and pull it snug. And we do that for the whole book. Okay, so again, next one, bottom, to the top. Don't twist the strings if you can help it. You can kind of see if they get twisted. You really can, honest. And then you just pull them through. And again, snug, but not tight. And again with this one. What happens if they get twisted? It just doesn't give as nice a looking braid. That's all. Because it looks braided when it's done. Hey, Jan, nice to see you. How was your cookie making day? Okay, so then we've got this. Split it apart. Pull the string through. And pull snug, but not too tight. Focus, camera. Sorry, guys, I want it to focus. It's not quite focused. Come on. Doesn't like it that close today. But you can see how that works. Chunky Books will be so much more awesome now. Why? Oh, a Becca stitch. Oh, okay. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. Am I doing it wrong? This is how I followed you, Becca, and I'm sure that whatever. Okay, I'll smile and nod. You can't see me, but I agree. Okay, so next one. I sure I copied you doing it. And this isn't exactly the Coptic, you know, one. This is kind of a takeoff on that. So bottom to top, split them apart. Try not to twist. Pull the string through. Come, string. Snug. Snug them. Slip knot binding. Okay. Okay, perfect. Slip knot binding, guys. Thank you, Peter. And again, take them, split them, pull the strings through, snug knot tight. Okay, yeah, 3 inches is working. 3 inches will be it because I've only got 3 more pages, or 2 pages and the cover. No, 3 pages in the cover. You know, Kim can't count. My math today is in the trash. Totally in the trash. All right. So that's how easy it is. It's the finishing off part that I will show you how I do it. And again, I'm pretty sure I watched Becca and I just kind of watched it, didn't follow along, decided to do it when I was on my own and probably made it up as I went along. You know how that goes. All right. So, you look to see that they're reasonably equal. Reasonably equal. Yeah. I don't have anything that's 40 inches. I think the biggest book is this one. I think it's 13 or 16. I think that's what I get out of a cereal box is 13. Oh, you guys are switching letters, name letters here. Is this a thing? I just talk wrong occasionally. And if you need to flip it over so that you can do it from the bottom to the top, do it. Do what works for you. Right? Seriously, do what works best for you. Some days my hands don't work as well as they should, especially if I've been doing things that are very trying on them. Teresa's starting a new trend. Everything's starting with V today. All right. You know how sometimes when you're painting, you got to flip your page around? That's the way I do these. Sometimes it's just easier to do it with the cords facing you. Sometimes it's easier to do it with them not. Oh, Parrot Lab, nice. All right. So now we're putting the other cover on. So it's the same thing, bottom to top. Bottom to top. Then I do the stitch. The regular stitch, you split it, you put it through like normal. Of course, you would go and make sure that all your braids are to your liking. You know, if you need to tighten up a stitch here or there, you know how that works. Pull it the way you want it. Now, this is the hardest part of this. Honestly, this is absolutely the hardest part. Okay, so you've got it. Now you're going to take one strand and you're going to put it through again, and it's going to go on one side of your braid, right? And this is going to go. No, wait. Now I have to think. Yes, Beth calls it Coptic. Don't go through that way. Right. This one, you have to go down on the outside. You don't go back through the hole. You go between the pages and you pull the strings so that you're around the braid and you tie a knot. A double knot. And then these go back on the other side so that you've got nice dangly things to play with. Okay, so this one, you do it each side of the braid. And you tie knots. Is that correct, ladies? Peter? And then you put them back. And you can do the same thing, tie a knot on this side if you so desire. But that's how you do these. And then you've got a book that opens nice and flat so that you can work on it page by page, or if your pages are already done, slip knot binding. Yeah. So then your knots are here. You can always bring the threads, weave it through. I'm going to tie them so that I've got two nice strands on this side as well. Again, this is a very flimsy cover that I put on this, but these are junk journals. Does that work for you guys? Good enough for you and your voices? Yeah. I mean, it holds it. It does the same thing the other one, you know, because you just want to have that nice, see that slip knot there was a little bit big. But again, you know, you've got enough play that you can decorate to your heart's content. This, you know, I really should have used a better cover, but it's okay. There's going to be so much stuff on it by the time I'm done that it's going to be stiff. Then you can put beads or whatever on the strings. You can cut them short. You can leave them long. Was it understandable, Andrea? Like, if you guys had to do it again, would you be able to do it? Like, was my explanation clear? Is trying to get at. Perfect. Good. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Um, I think this is going to be okay the way it is. Well, I'll find out as I'm working on the books for stability wise. I know that the covers are flimsy, but that's okay. Not everything has to have a cardboard cover. And I could have done 3 holes, you know. I probably could have done 3 holes, and that too would have been a little bit more stable. You know, this one I have 3 holes on, and it's more stable as well. So that was fun. So I've got this one to do. I don't know that I need to do it for you guys because I think you guys have the gist of it. Yes? No? All right. So then let's play. I can put this one to the side. I can do that later. Everything's ready to go. This is going to go in the bin with all the other journals. I like to give away a journal a month, right? At the end of the month, I give a journal away. So I've got my 12. We did a whole bunch on Sunday, but I've got all these envelope journals as well. So I have lots of journals to play with throughout the year. I figure Tuesdays I'll do some sort of tutorial or go back to pulling things out of the sticks out of the bin. So that when we make things, they'll go straight into the journals. I was wondering though, like, would you like the journals to have a theme? Like, or just eclectic the way that I normally do it? This is December's journal. So it's more of a flower theme than anything. This Posy of Positivity says, be a source of love. So I've added some hearts. Hi, Steph. Nice to see you. Of course, it's got pockets, and I will be stuffing things with bits. I'll probably add a few flips to it as well. Again, I've used these. I've done pockets. Because Beth's hasn't gone out because of the postal strike, good news. Postal strike's over. They legislated the workers back to work, although our local post offices are requesting that we don't bring in anything until the 23rd of December because they've got such a pile up of items that they have to deal with as it is. So in Beth's journal, because I haven't sent Beth's November off yet because of the postal strike, because it's been 4 weeks. So I have done some as page toppers so I can stick, you know, almost like a belly band. Hey, Sharon, nice to see you. Yeah, you know, I did a few different ones, paper bag journals. We did them on Sunday. So this one is a futzy one where you kind of have to cut out the bottom part so you have a super, super deep pocket. That's really kind of picky, and then of course you've got the open sides. So that's a fun one to do. But also, yeah, right before we started the stream, Jean popped in to visit just to say hi kind of thing when we were in the back before we started. And she said she saw this one where you just take the paper bag and you fold it up to the flap, and then it's got a flap. So I can always put like a button and a loop kind of thing. Front pocket. This one, yeah. So when you have the paper bag, do I have one? I think I might have one left someplace. Where did it go? Where would I have put that? Are you over here? Look, I have one left. So when you've got the paper bag, if you want that whole piece to be a pocket, you have to cut out all of this and part of this so that that's a nice, really deep pocket. And it's kind of picky. Oh, yeah. I can't even think of what the post office would be like. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So to do that, I can't remember exactly how we did it, but we started with cutting along this fold. And you have to go through both sides along there. And then you have to come in from this and do both sides. But now you've got this, right? You've got this piece here. So then you have to cut that at its angle to that corner. And this at the angle to that corner. Now you've got it. You have to glue this down, and then glue it up, and you have the fold. And, hi, Carol. Nice to see you. Hello, anybody I've missed. So then you have that really nice deep pocket, like on that journal. So then we did these ones where you just glue them back to front kind of thing. Fold it in half so you've just got the little tiny flaps, or you can turn those into pockets or whatever. So I've got these ones. And then I did this one. It has the deep pockets because I took the bag and I folded it in half. No, I folded it this way. So then this is very, very thick. And just glued that up and then folded it that way. So it's much smaller, but it also would have the really deep pockets. One Big Mac thing? Cool. I know. It's like engineering. So this way works so much easier. Seriously, you take that whole big flat piece and you just fold it. Done. Yeah, you waste a lot of paper that way, but it's done. How are you feeling, Carol? I hope you're feeling better. And then, so that's how I did this little journal. And then I just took the bags and folded them in half, cut the end off so two is a pocket, and just pamphlet stitched them together. Yeah, fold done, love it. Fast, simple. Then, of course, I took a bunch apart and flattened them all out. I chopped off from here, like I cut right along there, both sides, cut that whole bottom section off. Opened them up, folded them flat so that we don't have that gusset on the side, and did tall ones. Yeah, so I've got lots of those things to play with over the next year. So what I'm planning on doing is I like to take my prompt cards. I have prompt cards and they've got 10 prompts on them. And usually if I'm doing a prompt online, I roll the dice and that's the number we start at. And we go through like from 6 to all the way around to 5. What I'm going to do for a couple of them is actually we could do that right now. Pull a card and then I would do... Oh, nice. You're going to go play with Anne? Perfect. So I'm just going to grab a card from the middle. And if Carol's up to it, she's going to come and stream with Miriam and I for our New Year's marathon stream. Okay, so I pull that. So the first one would be squares. So I would, on a page in each journal, I'm going to do squares. Oh, you're streaming instead. Awesome. Oh, I hope I'm around. I have some running around to do tomorrow. As long as our highways are open. They closed one of our highways yesterday because of the ice. So squares. So let's grab inchies. Those are squares. And we'll just do inchies down a page kind of thing. We'll start with this one. And we're just going to glue inchies down. So the next one is fabric, and then lines, then pencils, fiber, metallic, cutouts, corners, text, your choice. Ooh. Okay, so I'm just going to do a row of squares. You're going to sound funny? Your throat's still bothering you? Never fun. Never fun. And this way, also, I will be able to use up. I guess maybe if I'd have thought about it, I'd have done it so that it would have gone nicely down the side. But I can always put something fun across the bottom, like another little pocket or something. So then I'm going to do that to all the journals. So I can play with squares and chat with you guys. This is the fold out this way. So I think I'm going to put, this is the fun thing about having all this stuff ready to rock. When I do things like this, I can just, boom, done. Oh, which side? Glue that side. Try not to get two of the same. I'm running low on so much stuff. That's where you're thinking to place it. They're all going to be different, of course. This is using up my Twinchies. I do have Twinchies that are decorated, but I kind of like having those specifically for ATCs or something. These are just my inchy blanks. When you are chopping up a block of, or a piece of cardstock and you're doing your 3x5s, 5x7s, whatever you're chopping it into. Now this is the one, these are just tuck spots. Let's go on the inside. Do a row down here. And of course, I can come back when I'm bored and doodle on these, or I can just leave them up to the person who wins the journal to doodle. Depends on my mood, how much, and then too, when I've got them and we're working on one a month, a lot of times in the evening I will just take it and add various borders, flips, that kind of stuff. So you never really know what you're going to get. And of course, I don't normally show what is in pockets. That's a nice surprise for people to encounter when they get them. I am going to want to put something big. My rule, though, this year is not to chop up big pieces of painty paper unless I have to use up my scrap bin first, because my scrap bin is out of hand. I don't know if you guys have scrap bins that are out of hand, but I certainly do. And of course, you're kind of limited by your imagination. So, yeah, I'm doing little rows, but I could do diagonals. Just making sure that whatever I have on the front isn't. So yeah, did anybody do anything fun yesterday? I did a jigsaw puzzle. Well, Ron and I did a jigsaw puzzle. We do that in winter. We try and do one every couple of weeks. Yeah. I have been trying to use up scraps. I've been doing snippet strips. I've been having an absolute blast using them on windows I have a whole bag of windows from envelopes. So I'm having a blast doing those. I getcha. I have lots of scraps. Lots of scraps. Okay. But see, like, I chop up the envelopes and make them flat so that I can use them in journals. You don't have any paper scraps? I bet you've got fabric scraps and thread scraps. You've got lots of paper scraps too? That's why I try and show things that I do with my scraps. That's usually why I have the Useday Crafternoons. Carol, how's your local post office? Are they saying the same thing my local post office is? Please don't bring in anything till the 23rd. Let us get a handle on it. Not a lot. Yeah, I am very bad. I admit it. So, some of these envelope books I've already scraped some paint on in various places. But again, I've, chopped up envelopes so that I could use them to make journals out of. So yeah, a lot of these are going to have the same sort of elements in. They're going to be different though. Yes, I think they should work overtime too, because I don't know how many small businesses they've mucked up by this 4-week strike. I feel so bad for those people who have Etsy stores. I really do, because, that's a lot of people's livelihoods, is mail order things. Just heartbreaking for me to see, think of how many businesses are going to be struggling. Oh well. Complain all I want. It's a done deal. Oh, I'm sure you had to find an alternative. I mean, my daughter sent stuff to my granddaughter for Christmas, and she shipped it. They're supposed to get it this Thursday. I didn't even ask her how she shipped it and what the shipping cost was, because I sent stuff for her to send too, like in the parcel, and I probably owe her some money for shipping. So squares. We're doing squares because it's the first one on my list. How many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one would be 7. This is 8. Yeah, I've got lots. So I'm doing a journal a month, and at the end of the month, I do the draw for it. I can see I will need to restock the inchy bin because some of them seem to be repetitive. Just shipped a box from Montana. Emil is Montana. 2 days. Yeah, but I mean, your postal office wasn't on strike. Canada's post office was on strike. And it's just, bad for this time of year. They tell you to support the small business owners because the money stays in your community instead of the big box stores. It stays in the community, it supports local, and then they go on strike. Post office goes on strike. Wrong. So wrong. Okay, I'll put my soapbox away now. Yeah, and even without thinking, I ordered some stuff from a company in the States for Christmas, not even thinking, oh yeah, you have to send it by post. How am I supposed to get that? So like I say, we're just playing with some of these are cut really wonky. I'll have to straighten some of the pages up. Yeah, when we had our canasta wars on Saturday, I asked only one of my daughters could make it. The other one was processing a deer. Um, if she still wanted cookie dough, so that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Is I'm going to be making a whole bunch of batches of cookie dough and freezing it so that they can mix and match their cookies, and just makes life easier for my girls because they're working. And I like the fact that I don't have to bake them. Do not have to bake them. I give it to them frozen in cookie-sized pieces. I put them out on parchment paper, and then I put them out on the deck to freeze. Covered, of course. And give them bags of multitudes of cookies. Let's do a row down this way. Right against here. Do I have enough variety? We'll find out. So that's pretty much all I have left to do for the family gathering. Your ears perked up for cookies? Frozen cookies out on my deck? Yeah, they're not baked. I don't bake them because I love frozen baking. They would not be safe in my freezer. So the raw dough this way, and because I give them a variety, they can do 3 of this kind, 4 of that kind, whatever they want to fit on the pan. Because I'm lazy like that. So much easier just to make the dough and roll it into balls and flatten it and freeze it than standing in front of the stove all day. The only thing is you have to tell them what temperature to put them in and how long. Because if you don't tell them, they automatically assume they all go in at 350 degrees. And some of them actually do need to be in at 400. Well, you know how you do cookie trays and you bring them to neighbors, and everybody's got all these bazillion and one cookies, and this way they've got it. They don't have to eat it immediately as well. That was part of my thinking, that it just seemed to work for what I needed it to. So actually, when we do cookie exchanges, when I was on the local art board, we did that. We did 10 different kinds of cookies. Everybody got a dozen and took them home to freeze. You know, that worked really, really well. It worked really well. Oh, look, there's a painted flower. That was using, that ball that I got at Dollarama, the one Beth uses now. I like using them for flowers. Where is it? I have no idea even where it is. But it's got all kinds of like rubbery hair stuff sticking out of it. Must be in a texture bin someplace. So yeah, and it dips and makes beautiful flower things. Exactly. Because sometimes, I use a lot of garlic in my cooking. So I'll be honest, if I have baking, if I've got something heavy with garlic, it doesn't matter how much you wrap it. You're going to get garlic smell in your freezer. And other things will taste of garlic. But I did buy one of those vacuum sealer things finally. So I shouldn't have that problem anymore. Not that I would use that with the cookie dough, but for freezer meals for sure. Yeah, fresh. Well, I mean, Ron and I don't need to eat a dozen stinking cookies at a time, right? Like, I'll cook a dozen, but that'll do us a few days. Because when you cook a batch of cookies and it makes 4 or 5 dozen, you got to eat the darn things or freeze them. And then I eat them anyway because they're frozen. Weakness. Big weakness. I admit it. Oh, there's a knot. And you know what else freezes really well? And this I do bake before I freeze it. Is date square. I don't know if you guys call it matrimonial cake. It's the one with the oatmeal sweet crust that you press down and then you put cooked dates on top and sprinkle the rest of the crust making. Let's do this in the middle, across the middle, so that you got two sides of the page, two separate, divide the page. That freezes really, really well. Yeah, Jan, date square works perfectly. Oh, you like the fresh hot cookies in the dough? Yeah. Yeah, see, my family's that bit farther away. If I knew I was going to go visiting, then I might do that. Or if they're coming for supper, I will make a batch of something and send it with them. It's, you know, but I mean, how often, as your kids have grown up, have you stood in front of that silly oven making 10 different kinds of cookies because it's the holidays and everybody has their favorite, so you cater to everybody. This way I can make all the cookies, and I know this one likes that one more than that one, so they get an extra dozen. It works. First time you made the thumbprints? I've done jam thumbprints. I've never done pecan thumbprints. Sounds good. But you've got a few tried and true recipes. Let's add to this one. We'll just take a random page before I put it together. I'll add. This is boring. Let's just throw that out. This one too. Did you grow up with Date Square, Jan? I know I did. British mum and all that. But again, having it in the freezer, it works perfectly. And I just put it I chop it into pieces so that we can each have a piece after supper or whatever. So they're in really small portions. I love it. Love it. Yeah, I eat mine frozen. Ron always lets his thaw. Okay, I don't know if I've got 12 yet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I got 12 of those with the first prompt. The next prompt is fabric. You've never tried those? It's also known as matrimonial cake stuff. So what it is you take oatmeal and butter and sugar and cinnamon, I think, and you mix it up and you pat it down in the bottom of a pan. Then you cook the dates with a bit of water and some lemon juice, and you let it cool, and then you spread it on the base, and then you use the rest of the oat mixture and you crumble it up on top. Chocolate ones would be cool. Oh yeah. Nice. It's almost, I don't know how to describe it. You have to like dates for sure. Let's put these away and find fabric. Now, fabric's fun. It's nice if you have a bit of a stash where you've got sequins or buttons or something sewn onto it so you could do like a little flip thing with it. But I have not. So I'm just going to pull out some random fabric and do some flips with it. I can always come back and sew to them. Or you could do a bow, whatever. We're just gonna pull out some random pieces and add stuff. I'm not going to bother using lace because I may use that later on. Got lots of this stuff. Ooh, leather. Got a piece of that. You know what? It's okay if I use the same fabric in a couple of different ones because yeah, you do have to chop them up a bit. What I use is the kitchen scissors, and I just cut them in quarters. Of course, you have the pitless ones. So I'm going to use that as a flip. And I'm just going to make flips out of these because I think that will be fun and easy. Oh, look, this one has a nice folded over piece. That's going to be great to do flips. I've seen that same recipe done with crushed pineapple. And you mix a bit of cornstarch in with the crushed pineapple. You drain it and you heat the juice actually with some cornstarch so it's a little bit thicker. I think you use cinnamon in that one too. But the same kind of thing. Jujube dates, I've never had them. Okay, so those 4 are going to be flips. I think this one's going to be a border. I think I can get 2 out of that, depending on the size of the books. It's a good thing I got one at this end. I can cut that as well. Oh, I've got a silly little tickle in my throat. That is so annoying when that happens. So that's that. I think this will be a flip as well. Pomegranate tree. Really? They would not grow well here. I mean, we get various trees. Sorry, guys. Okay, we'll leave these to the side for now, see what I get. Okay, so we're just doing like a little flip with that. So I'm just going to put a little glue across the top and stick it down. Okay, that's a lot of glue. That's way too much glue. What am I going to use? We got to scrape some of that off. Now where am I going to put that? Ah. I only have apple trees. I used to have plums, but they died off. And I had apricot tree. They didn't do well out here, but the ones in the city, like at my parents' place, did great. Because they're in a much more enclosed area. We had just bald prairie out here when we moved here, and that's what I had. Yeah. So I didn't have, let's use this glue. I didn't, but I mean, now I've got cherry bushes, currants, grapes, Saskatoons, blueberries. I've got a few fruit trees. Found a really interesting apple cake recipe. Made it for Saturday for the Canasta Wars. Because I got a freezer full of apples. Our tree was so prolific this year. So basically, I thought it was, when I read the recipe, it sounded almost like a biscuit dough, but it's more like a pancake dough. So you make the batter, and you only just get the dry stuff moist with the liquid in there. So you put it in it's supposed to be in the crock pot. I did it in the oven. Anyway, you put it in the bottom of your pan, and then you put sliced apples on top, and then you make a mixture of orange juice, honey, cinnamon, sugar, and butter, and you mix that all up, and then you pour it over the apples and you bake it. Oh my goodness gracious, it's like a baked apple pancake. It's absolutely lovely. Really lovely. Okay, those are tucks. Let's do down here. And if we have it sticking out just a little bit with the frayed edge, it'll be like a fuzzy edge. Okay. Pecans, no. The only nuts we can really grow here are hazelnuts. Don't think we could grow peaches. Oh, Pomegranate. Yeah, no. And I mean, it was really easy to put together. And the family enjoyed it. And that's all that matters, right? Ron did say that I was only allowed to make that if we were having company because it makes like a fair sized cake and we don't need it all. We really don't need to be eating all that. Their cake. So I kind of laughed, but agreed. And no, I'm just using regular glue to put this stuff down. So it's going to be crunchy. It's not going to be nice, soft fabric. Those of you who use specific glues for fabrics, etc. You're allergic to all nuts? Oh no. Yeah, she'd probably be allergic to me too. Okay, Flo. Yeah. Oh, gonna have to make sure that that is separate and dry. Don't close this book up because the glue seeped? Yeah, I guess that's the word. Seeped through and was sticking to this page, so I have to put it aside, open to dry. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm allergic to peanuts. I can eat almonds. I can eat cashews, although cashews aren't exactly a nut. But I'm leery about walnuts and other tree fruits, tree nuts, because I'm allergic to walnut dust. And anytime, we've used it in the shop, I get really, really bad headaches from it. So I don't want to risk anything. And I know peanuts aren't true nuts. They're more of a legume. And I eat a lot of legumes, so it really irritates me that I'm allergic to peanuts. Anyway, it is what it is, right? So I'm just making little flips. I will put things under it after. But, when you go to work on a journal and you've got these random little things already done, it's a bonus. It's an absolute bonus. So that's why I like taking these cards and doing a whole whack load. Okay. Walnuts bother you? Yeah. Now see if I would like to just stitch some fabric down. I think I'm going to wait to stitch stuff down, but I am just going to run a line of glue down the middle of that. So it's free on both sides to unravel and be fun. It's all about the fun when you get a journal, I think. The odd little things. Running out of room to put these wet glued fabric things. But when you start working on a journal and you got like this and that, it's already a splash of color and it makes it happier. Some of these have a lot of writing on. I'm probably going to be covering them up. Covering them up for sure. If I do this, put that against that edge. I'm going to put it so it's hanging over a fair bit, and then I might fringe it. It varies where you are, Steph. I have sold some journals. They have been themed journals. Like I've sold a Goonie Bird journal and a cat journal and a floral journal. But the more like my eclectic ones, people love them, but they don't sell specifically in this area. Yet I know people who do them in Alberta and they sell absolutely fine. It depends where you are, um, what market you're looking at reaching. I bet a chicken journal would sell. Think about it. I think it really would. It would probably sell here too. Think, really. So I'm going to put glue there and glue there. And I'm going to have it so that I can fringe it. So I've got a nice 1/2 inch there that I'm going to chop into fringes. So that's going to be like a fun border thing. Yeah, I bet chicken journals, because you can get so much different chicken stuff. And you could throw in a couple of chicken recipes just for the heck of it. Chicken jokes. Oh, chicken jokes. I did a zine with chickens and chicken jokes. Like, why did the chicken cross the road jokes? It was fun. Just random things, just little blurbs here and there, maybe a quote. Oh, see, now I want to do a chicken journal. Thank you. Cartoon. Well, yeah. Wouldn't they be fun to add? I mean, you might not want to put original artwork in. I put original artwork in those journals because the lady who was purchasing them I've known for years, and when you get a specific order from somebody who has bought for you for 25 years, you go that extra mile and you use original stuff. Well, I do. But yeah, because chickens have such wonderful personalities. So this journal I just put together with an elastic band so I can add and remove stuff so it could be easier to work on. I'll probably tie a pretty ribbon around it when it's complete, but for now we just have this. Look, that's going to be a nice tuck. Oh, I'm sure that Beth people will love chicken cutouts. I really do. That's the other thing I'd like to get back into after the new year is more swaps and stuff again. Everything takes so much time. And I have so many hobbies and so many interests. And if somebody phones me and goes, hey, want to go, blah, 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 I'm like a dog. It's like, yeah, I'm ready. Pick me up, you know? So I get sidetracked really quickly. Really, really quickly. Okay, Carol, take care, hon. Yeah, I like the swaps too. I do. Again, this one, I think I'm just going to leave it, just do a strip of glue down the center and let it fray. Look, there's a salvage edge there. We'll cut that off too. Because seriously, we want it to fray everywhere. I'll have to check that other one. And then the problem with using, see, this envelope is actually a pocket. So I just cut these envelopes at the ends. Are they all pockets? They're all pockets. Cool. This is going to be a fun journal because it's lots of pockets. Lots of pockets. And some that I have cut. So yeah, it's I don't know what I was going to say. Also, if they're tourists, and if you do a journal that's kind of more geared to where you live, trivia about the city or the area, that kind of thing. Like when I was selling at the museum, journals sold good there because we had such a variety of tourists through. If that makes sense. Again, this is just going to be a flip. Yeah, definitely running out of room. Oh dear, where are you going to go? Over here. They're all around me now. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about that actually yesterday, that I should give him a call. I haven't given him a call yet. Really bad about procrastination for that, evidently. This would make a cute pocket. I would want to back it on paper. You know what? Again, this one's going to be one of those fray things along the edge. I'll fringe it once the glue's dry. So yeah, I know. Hi, Jolu, welcome. I'm working on journals. I give away a journal at the end of each month. And when I do things on the stream, I add whatever I've been working on, some of it to the journals. So I like to get them ready by using like a prompt card and doing the 10 prompts, like a prompt on each page or per page kind of thing. Just as a start so that I don't have to worry about, I'm adding stuff to blank journals. Done. Just, you know. Yeah, well, no, I've got a variety because on Sunday we did paper bag journals. So I did a variety of paper bag journals because, like I say, I give away one at the end of every month. So I've got 12 journals that I can add to throughout the year. So, yep, that's kind of what I'm doing. And of course, they're all done kind of different style. Well, no, I've repeated some of the styles, but this is going to be a tuck or a flip. So I'm just Why do I have two glue open? My word. Yeah, there's not many pages in, but they've got lots of pockets and things for me to add fun things to. And I'm just using regular Elmer's glue all. Started off the stream by doing, here it is, the binding, this kind of binding. The braid slip knot, I guess. Some people call it Coptic stitch. Some people call it slip knot. So that's how I started the stream, was demonstrating that. Okay, I have one more. So I need another piece of fabric. And I'm going to add it. This journal I haven't put together yet because, again, it needs that stitch. And I will do that off screen. But this journal is, you've got the fold from the bag. This is just to tuck it in. So I can put like a button loop in if I so desire. Or I can put paper clips to hold it. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But anyway, this is just a quick, easy flip. And then, of course, it's open so I can add stuff to the insides. Another piece of fabric. I'll use this one again. And I will do just a flip. Oh, the twist ties or the plastic ties for the bread bags? Yeah, it's just a really simple way of folding the bags, and then, like I say, I will put the together with that braid stitch thing. All right, so we've done fabric. Next one is lines. I like lines. Have to admit, I like lines. What am I going to use? If I use Sharpies, they will bleed through. Oh, fruit and vegetable. Okay. Cool. That's cool. Yeah. I use those twist ties for making feathers. Paper feathers. And bookworms. Yeah, perfect. That sounds awesome. I've never thought of using twist ties. I have a spool of twist tie. And I bet you I've got 500 feet of twist tie on that spool. My dad used to work in the fruit and vegetable industry and ended up with this big, and it's a Horkin big spool of twist tie that could be a great idea. You haven't seen paper feathers? Do I have? Let me pull out the bin because we can squirrel. Because I'm not really doing anything that you guys haven't seen done before. We're just playing prompts. Where would you be? Sometimes I use yarn. Sometimes I use twist ties. Sometimes I use, you know how you get those earbuds and they've got that really thin wire, plastic coated wire? I use that. Here we go. Oops, sorry guys. This one has twist tie in it. Again, it's painty paper. Oh, don't want to rip it. But yeah, it's got twist tie in it. So I will curve it before I put it down. This one has twist tie in it, so you can see how it's got the curve. This one I think might be feeling it. I'm thinking it's wire from the headphones. The thing with the twist ties is you have to kind of cut it close to the wire because the more plastic covering you've got, your paper's not going to stick. So yeah, thanks. So any painty paper, another good way to use scraps. Seriously, if you're going to do a chicken journal, making up a few of these to glue down on a page, beauteous. Beauteous. So basically, you take your piece of wire, you put it down, glue another piece of paper on top, cut out your shape of your feather. You can always stamp it before you do that and then do the wire to fit the stamp. I just freehand cut everything, you know. And then you fringe it. Oh, yeah. They would make great bookmarks if you did them bigger. Oh, yeah. And then the reject gel prints, perfect. Well, that's, you know, I love reject gel prints for a lot of things like this. My umbrellas, my cats, they work. They work. Yeah, these envelopes are fantastic, right? Nice, really big window. You can see what's in them. All right. We'll put that away. And I think they're 6x9, those envelopes. Oh, definitely cloth wood. Yeah, definitely. They might be a little they might fray that little bit more, depending on the cloth you used. But it would sure be a nice texture. And seeing that container, I don't have that many left, so I will have to make some. Okay, we're doing lines. So I don't want to use Sharpies because they will bleed through unless I'm doing it on a really thick piece of paper, or if I put a piece of scrap between, then even if it just bleeds through the front, then it's not too bad. Oh, no fray. Yeah, that would work. But it's a great way to use up your paper scraps. It really, really is. And then, of course, what you could do is take like a white marker or whatever. What have I got in my tea? I'm looking at it looks like I got whack. Maybe I've got dust on the camera or on my screen. Yeah, it's on my screen. Sorry. Take a white, and then you could do the quill part with white. Metallic white would be really pretty. Okay, Lisa, thanks for coming. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you being here. I do. Hope I've inspired you to play. Because that's definitely... Now, see? I could be adding all this stuff to this journal as well. Maybe I will quickly catch up. This is the December journal that's going out, and I should have worked in this one first because it's still December. Okay, let's quickly. I need squares. Well, of course you are. See, if I had real feathers, I would, well, I do have feathers, but they're those painted weird ones. Okay. Let's do some angled squares. I'm not going to get all 10 of the prompts done today. I can tell you right now. You may mail me some Sunday. I don't know if they'll allow it through the mail, will they? Because I know that they're very fussy. Like, we can't send seeds. That kind of stuff. But thanks for thinking of me. And I don't use them that often. I'm so much more into the paper. And I do have feathers like from geese that have been hunted and various other things. You have mail to Canada? Oh, interesting. Am I going to get another one? No. So I'll put one right there. That's fun. Interesting. Also had a friend that worked in a taxidermy shop, and he used to bring me all kinds of strange things. Oh, no. I like real feathers, but seriously, Steph, I have to use the stuff I've got. I have so much stuff. I just have too much stuff. Okay, fabric. Little piece of fabric. Let's do a flip with this fabric right here. Because we can. It's not cut square. It's okay. I can add a sequin or something to that after. I'm in Canada, yeah. Oh, there's no right side, wrong side. This is interesting fabric. Huh. Well, we'll put it here. Okay, Steph. Yes, the strike has just ended. They mandatory. They legislated them back to work, but our local post offices have requested that we don't bring anything to mail until the 23rd because they've got so much backlog of stuff. Okay, so now we're doing lines. Lines. Back to that dilemma. All right, let's grab pencil crayons. How long have I been doing this for? I have been doing my live streams for close to 2 years. 2 years. But I did some pre-recorded stuff about 11 years ago. It is difficult. How to put this? The reason I have my channel is to help with my anxiety, but also because I like to show people that you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on supplies in order to be able to create. So I don't have necessarily a set format, because a lot of times I don't figure out what I'm doing until 5 minutes before I start. My desk is usually even messier than this, and I know that that really, really bothers a lot of people. So yeah, I I appreciate the fact that I'm getting subscribers. I love it. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed, but hey, Beth, nice to see you, hon. Our strike's over, but I can't send anything out till the 23rd, according to our local post office. Yeah, I know. So I won't be able to send your journal out until next week, but it's going to be on its way. It is. It is. Yeah, like I'm not doing this for real monetary gain or anything. Like that's never been at the forefront of why I started doing this. Like I'm thinking I just like to inspire people. And we've got the Feral Artist group that I've started on Sundays where me, Beth, and Miriam and a few other people join us randomly. And we'll pick a topic and then we'll show you how we do it our way so that you can see that you can still do it, not necessarily the way I do it, but maybe the way Beth does it. That I'm just here to inspire people and get people working with their mental health through art. If that makes sense, Jolu? So yeah, I've almost reached 500 and I'm thrilled for that. Absolutely thrilled. Yeah, it's all about the art in my room. Yeah. Creating. I'm working on my journals, Beth, the ones for next year, my giveaway journals. I pulled out because I did the grade binding. So I showed that at the beginning. I only did one of the two journals, the other one's sitting there waiting. But I pulled out a prompt card. And I'm doing prompts in each of the journals, like just on the page. Yeah, no drama llamas either allowed. You get jealous when people make videos, want to make. It is very hard to make money off of it. I have started an Etsy shop, but that's because like all the little critters and things that I make, I can't part with the originals. I have major difficulty parting with originals, but I can scan them and sell the scans. Does that make sense? Yeah. I also do Friends on Friday. A lot of time Jean's with me on Friday, but I've also cut back my StreamYard hours to the free, what is it, 20 hours you can have free a month using StreamYard. I was doing the paid subscription, but they changed their prices. They doubled the price, and it's in US dollars. So it would be 45 Canadian dollars, which is lots more US. So I cut back to my 20 hours a month, and that's the thing. Yeah, but I'm okay. I'm retired as well, so this is just keeping me out of trouble and giving me a chance to do what I love and share with other people. My kids actually found another crafting group or arting group. It's on Friday nights and it's in the city. And so we're thinking of going there. You bring along whatever you're working on and you work on your own thing there. I thought that would be kind of fun. Yeah. I mean, you have to do it in stages, Jolu. Like you have to build up your base of viewers. I've got incredible viewers, and I feel like I'm part of this amazing community that we have. Everybody's always willing to help, there to chat if you need an ear to listen. Very supportive of one another. You haven't seen what? Not sure what. I'm rambling, so I'm not sure that. Oh, the crafting digitals. Yeah, I've got. What have I put out digitals of? I've got. Let me think. Let me grab this. This is the digitals that are in my shop right now. I've got stacks more of stuff that I have to get ready to go, but these are the ones I've got. We've got my robots. There's a couple of sheets of robots. And then did my masks. Did a bunch of masks. I do these fan trashy flowers. There's more than one sheet of those as well. I do these collage floral cards. Yeah, so I've got a few things on my Etsy shop, and I probably have 15 or 16 more that I have to work on. Hey, Anne, nice to see you, hun. Yes, rabbit hole. Me and my rabbits. Yeah, that's a big part of my stuff. Oh, Sunday is a lot of fun. We have an awful lot of fun. Yeah, that's exactly. I'm not making money and fixed income. I'm not willing to put that out. Glued ornaments to finish them up. Yay! No burns? Yeah. It's probably from the strands, right, Anne? Welcome back, Steph. Yeah. We can go on for quite a while, though, can't we, Goldie? Like some of our, my streams can be 3 hours, depending on which rabbit hole Belinda and Anne send me down, and Beth. They're very good at sending me down crazy rabbit holes. Oh, can't put those back up. Too short. But I do have other things, right? Like I have a variety of various critter things that I do. My rabbit holes are the best. My rabbit holes are bizarre. Oh, bead strands. Yeah. I do these monsters. I've got a couple hundred of monsters that I have done. Those need to get put up on Etsy as well. Everybody's different. They're all different. I got bags of them. And then I've got my Goonie birds. but these are for a specific project. I just have to get off my hiney and do them. Yeah, she stays on all night sometimes. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've gone on in the middle of the night. You know, you can't sleep. You get up, you start streaming. I get a few peeks in visiting. And then, of course, I've got paper dolls and all kinds of things. I think that's another reason that I don't have lots of followers is because I go down strange rabbit holes and not everybody wants to go down that rabbit hole with me. Tags on eyeglass cases. Oh, from ties? Those would be beautiful. Yeah, that's the way I always was. That's why I'm so glad we don't do gifts anymore. Because I mean, I told you how my kids always said, remember that Christmas that we didn't have Christmas because there were no homemade gifts? But now with all the grandkids and they expect them too, crazy. I'm getting Ron to make me a whole bunch of these. Because I have it in my mind that I can get them painted and do some floral collage on them for the kids to hang on their tree. Because I like doing an ornament for them every year. Was it last year or the year before that I ended up with wooden mushrooms, little hanging wooden mushrooms for the tree? Yeah, they're top hats. So I'm thinking that I can get them painted if he gets them to me soon. Painted and yeah. How do you do StreamYard? Oh, StreamYard's easy to use. You go there, you set up an account, and you click that you want the free one, and then it kind of walks you through. You have to do the same kind of thing that you do on YouTube, where it asks you for the title and the description and what time you want to go on. It doesn't have the age, like specifically for kids or whatever. So you do have to go into your YouTube channel and click that it's not for kids, or if it is for kids, whatever. And then you can run on StreamYard and send it to your YouTube channel. Yeah. Oh, you're going to come back in January. Oh, Anne, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, fabulous. You know what? Her artwork, guys, is incredible. Like, wow. Wow. It'll be nice to have you back. Yeah, I've done some jewelry too. Right now, I'm just doing the digital stuff on Etsy, and I'm glad. Well, I mean, I did have some journals on there. I pulled them off because of the postal strike. But I think I'm just going to stick to digitals. Yeah. So, okay, lines. Let's grab my line making tools. These things here. So I have some, these are mat board that I have cut into strips, and I use it for drawing lines on random pieces of paper. But I think because it's lines for the journal, I'm just going to use pencil crayon and just draw some lines randomly. Oh, yeah. Okay. Paper doll trade in January? Of course. Make the dolls yourselves. It depends on how you want to do them. I've made paper dolls a few times. Yes, before we decided to call it the Feral Artists Group because, and I know that I can just throw lined paper in here, but you know what? This is just as much fun, and it's random, and it's colorful, and ooh, that one went way off. Whew. It's handmade, guys. I can put a flower or something on there to cover up that ugly piece. Lines. Yeah, definitely going to have to stick something on there. That's okay. So that's 1 out of the 12. You know what? I think I need a new bin for these. What am I going to put these in? Okay, we'll just stack them up here for now. What looks like a top hat? Ron does wood turning, and I'd asked him to do me top hats. He said I asked for this, so obviously it does. I may have asked for them when I was doing the wooden snowman he makes me. Either way, I've asked him to do some top hats, and I want to paint them black, and then I'll do one of my little floral collages on. Yeah. Ron is something pretty special. So I've got fabric flip, we've got squares. Let's do some lines. You can tell that it was a let's use a different color. Let's use a green. Yeah, I'm thinking just on a regular Christmas tree because, well, my daughter was actually saying something about that. Oh, can't see that. Something darker. Our Christmas trees are very eclectic because she makes us ornaments out of Fimo. I do ornaments out of wood and paint them. We make handmade ornaments of various things for the trees. So they are incredibly different. I mean, I've got people in bathtubs made out of Fimo. I've got a pink flamingo out of Fimo with huge thongs on, or flip flops, whatever you want to call them. Very, very strange trees. So her husband was saying, but I want just balls on the tree. And my daughter's like, no, we have to have, this is my childhood, right? Like, yeah. He would much prefer just a tree with balls and garland and lights. And I like it because it signifies what we've done throughout the years. My mom used to travel extensively, so she would always bring the kids ornaments from wherever she was during the year if she could find something that could be turned into an ornament. So when my kids moved, of course, they took all those ornaments with them. So my tree was kind of naked. So that's when I started, oh, it's on 2 pages. I'll have to cover that. Um, I had to start making ornaments so that I could have ornaments on my own tree. What have I missed? Am I having success with Etsy? Um, I make sales. I'm not going to make a bazillion dollars on it. As I say, that it's nice to make a little bit here and there, but it's more a case of if somebody wants my stuff, that's where they can find it. Because, as I say, I don't normally send out original. I don't use original work. So my Etsy doesn't make a bazillion dollars. I mean, there are months that I do not get any money whatsoever, but that's okay. That's okay. Are you off, Steph? Theme trees? Cool. Yeah, I don't have the room in my house to do a tree in every room. I guess a lot of my thought process from that also comes from when I was doing craft shows. If kids always want whatever's on your table, and parents don't give them a lot of money at craft shows because, kids are kids. So if they sang me a song, I would let them have, because I would do a lot of kid stuff like finger puppets and things. Um, I would let them have it for a song because, it's not everywhere that, you can get something for a song. Yeah. Cool, Jolu. I have some friends in Canada too. But I guess that makes sense. Okay, this is where are you located, Jolu? Oh, and you made my day. So hopefully, Anne, you will be getting your journal soon because they've legislated the postal workers back to work. So with luck, the mail will actually be happening very soon. Ooh, I like the fuzzy edge. Lines. Still on lines. Okay, that's a tuck. Get some on here. trying to see something that's a little bit sharper to use. Oh, I know. I just feel so bad for so many of these small businesses that, this time of year, like, it hurts. It hurts those small businesses. Very disappointed. I know that I understand why people strike, but you have to think of the economy and not just your own personal. And I read somewhere that if you go on strike, you never ever make back the money that you lost while you were on strike. Oh, Steph's gone? Okay. Bye, Steph. Oh, I see. Okay. I see that now. Perfect. And that is so true. So true. I think Malia was saying about how brutal it is on the Etsy sellers, you know, because they've got so many days for you to get your stuff sent out. And even with the strike, they weren't giving anybody leeway. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. See, I have to cover up a lot of this address. I love this. Look at this. Isn't that a lovely texture? I want to color it. Okay. Pencil. What do we want? 50 cents for one sticker. Yeah. Well, depending on the stickers and the collectors and etc., that I can see that. And some people will pay it. Totally get that. Because, I mean, you might think, oh, yeah, she only paid 25 cents for it at whatever auction or whatever. But you have to think time, the gas that it costs to get there. There's lots of overhead to reselling stuff. It's not just something that you can do fast. Out West USA? Okay. Oh, that's Ontario? Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm in Manitoba. Yeah, in the heart of Canada. Each of our stamps, like postage stamps, to mail inside Canada, it's $1.07. To mail to the USA, well, I mean, that was before the strike. I don't know if the rates have gone up. It was $1.40. And then anything overweight or oversized is going to cost more. But just, a regular envelope with a birthday card or whatever, that's what the prices would be. And shipping to the US is astronomical. It's crazy expensive. Crazy. Oh, look, the next one is pencils. Well, I'm doing lines with pencils. Does that count for both? I'm going to consider it as both. Okay, this is popped up and it's in my way. California, okay. I'm pretty sure that the rates will go up. I guess I could always do a rubbing with pencils too, right? I could do a little rubbing up in the corner with one of those texture plates or whatever I've got. That would be that would work. That'd be fast. It's too bad it wasn't crayons. I like rubbing with crayons much more than pencils. Do I do? Oh, I hear footsteps. He's bringing me tea. Look, I'm spoiled. Shut that. Thank you. Hi, Ron.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks, Ron. Belinda says hi. Anne says hi. He's gone. He's gone. It was a hit and run. I guess he figures I've been yapping a lot today. I will tell him. Maybe that will inspire him to do them. He just did a vase with a cap, with a lid. It was beautiful. I don't think I showed you. Maybe on Sunday. Maybe did I show it on Sunday? I don't even know anymore. Yeah. So that's up on the shelf. Nice writing spaces. I like putting lines and things. This one. I got a couple more. All's good. All is good. So yeah, I'm really falling down and behind on things. That's why I don't want to start anything new, says she who just made 12 journals on Sunday. I got those little dresser boxes I have to paint. So far, I've still only got the one primed. Behind. I'm behind. Change your prompt to pencils and crayons. Oh, I could. You drove through Manitoba? Yeah, it's pretty flat here. Okay, it's very flat here. Oh, one page. Just need one page. I need something that's going to show up on this brown paper. I'll use this. You're back? Welcome back, Steph. Are you saying OMG because it's so flat? Yes, yes, it is. Not as bad as, could be worse. It's in the 70s there. It is currently 7 degrees here. Seven degrees with the wind chill. Fahrenheit. So it's a little chilly. Not as bad as last week. I mean, it was minus 40 last week. It's balmy out there today. And I said one more, this one. 63 there. Oh, 70 cents. Oh, stamps. Yeah, 70 cents a stamp for you guys. Yeah. The auction ended. Okay. It's in the 40s there. Yeah. Yeah. I'll do it. Let's do purple again. I liked the purple. Okay, so that's lines and then pencils. As I say, I'm going to cheat and just use these as the 2 prompts. 2 prompts in one. Because I've been on for almost 2.5 hours. I know that you guys have other things to do. I know. I do know. 56. Oh, going to drop? Yeah. It was cold last night. Oh, 63 there. That's lovely warm. Really is. We've been getting so much snow yesterday. As I said, one of the main highways was closed. And all the kids in that district, because the highway was closed, the school buses weren't allowed to run. The parents had to go and pick up their kids. Well, how the Sam David Henry are you supposed to pick up your kids with closed highways? Riddle me that. I just shook my head. I'm so glad I don't have kids in school right now. And like even my grandkids aren't in that school district, so it's not bad. My Etsy site, Kimbits and More. Kimbits is all one word, 2 B's. So it's been snowing here today. Ron's been out shoveling and snow blowing, and our neighbor across the road is 88, so Ron usually goes over there and does his place as well. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, like I say, it's been close to 2.5 hours, and I know you guys have things to do. So I am going to call it a day. An inch of snow on the ground when you got up yesterday. We've probably got about 8 to 10 inches on the ground right now. It's really deep. All right. So thank you guys all for being here. I hope that you remember how I did that stitch for doing the journals. I hope that I didn't bore you too much by playing prompts in the journals. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. I appreciate everybody who's up in the balcony. I appreciate everybody who watches replays. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful week and never boring. Oh, good. Nice to know. Thanks. Perfect. Good to know. Thanks, you guys all. Hugs to you all. And I will see you Friday. Going live at 12:45. Hope I inspired you. Hugs to you all. Stay warm. Well, you guys, stay warm. Oh no, you just got here, Brenda. Sorry. It's been 2.5 hours. I'm off. I will see you Friday. Hugs, guys. Bye now. Thanks.